Ready and hitting record now. Okay, so Kayla, yeah, this article kind of really pissed me off, to be quite honest.
Yeah, I did
I'm
too.
not really into the Star Wars fandom. I tried to watch the first movie, and I could just never get past, you know, the rest of it. It's not my fandom. But yeah, based on this article, it really made me mad that somebody would try and do this simply because of some really sexist BS ideology about women in sci-fi and in that genre. It's really beefing me up. I'm like, are you seriously? You're gonna like do all this crap simply because you don't want like women to be kind of in a position of power in this like sci-fi rebellion? Like, what kind of bullshit is that?
It was pretty crazy because the movie is actually probably one of the most diverse sci-fi movies that came out last year, especially. So, um,
New like Star Wars movies that have been coming out.
yeah. So I mean, the main characters are women. I mean, which is awesome. And one of the reasons I think people really love it. And then obviously some people really did not like that. So
Yeah, I agree. It's pretty groundbreaking, this film, because it features a pretty diverse cast, and you see people in roles that are untraditional to like gender roles, race roles. They really expand and give characters more depth in this film, particularly. Um,
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, yeah, I don't really know much about the franchise except Vader is Luke's father, Leia and Luke's brothers. All I think for that fandom. So yeah, I feel like somebody else who like knows those movies would be better to like speak on it than me. But
but I think also too, you don't have to speak on it as like the film itself. You could just speak on the fact that one individual decided that it would be better to recut the entire movie and take out all of the voices of females. And I think we have seen this happen traditionally in Hollywood, where they write females in these roles that are like the housewife or the romance, like for the male lead. So
yeah, I have yes, I spent more in TV shows really than movies. Lately I have been seeing that women are just kind of a lot more romanticized than actually given full character arcs. Like they pretty much just fit into the box of love interest really. And I think I don't know if given that the new 50 Shades movie just came out Friday, I feel like one of the many problems people have with that is that Anna is not real. She says she wants to be all independent and it's like stand up to her Christian Grey and everything, but pretty much her entire arc revolves around her romance. Really, like we don't ever really get to see that much about her work life or like what kind of hopes and dreams she had. She pretty much when she was first introduced in the first book. Don't know if you guys read it. I read it because I'm trash, but
oh, no,
you're not
I'm
you're
sorry.
not.
That's one of my guilty pleasure books. I'm sorry, in my guilty pleasure movies, but yeah, in the first movie and book, she pretty much has the classic personality traits of a female lead. Like she's all interested in those classic Emily Bronte and Jane Eyre romanticized role model shit. And she pretty much has no other basis for what a romantic relationship is, except based on what she's read in literature. And so, pretty much, yeah, she has nothing else going for her except that she's kind of a hopeless romantic in that sense.
So, what do you all think about these roles and the effect that they have on women and men in our society?
it just really feeds more into like that whole like word this yeah those gender stereotypes of like these men are supposed to be in charge, they're the ones who are supposed to be in power, and the women, god, the women are supposed to be the sidekicks, they're not really supposed to have opinions, they're just supposed to help move the plot along, that's it, they're not supposed to be anything other than that, and it's frustrating, and I really want more stuff to come out that stops that. But I feel like when stuff like that does come out, it isn't given the same amount of attention that a movie like this would be getting because it's Star Wars. I mean, everybody knows Star Wars, even if you're not a part of that fandom, you know Star Wars.
I think one of the biggest things for me was reading the article. I don't know if anybody else caught it, but they said that they were like a men's right group.
Yeah.
And that kind of completely threw me off because, I
I've
mean,
never even heard of that before.
yeah, and like men are already running everything. So I was really confused as to how you're going to have a men's right group when women are already like they're the subordinates really in society. So to me, that kind of was just like really not cool. And then to completely destroy the storyline because it even said that it didn't really make sense when you cut out all of the women. It was just completely ridiculous to me. And like, if a kid was to see that, that will completely destroy their mindset and how the world should actually be. So I guess that's just kind of my thing on it.
Exactly, I agree. And that's kind of like what I was thinking. Like, I was really angry and upset to hear that it happened because it's pretty ridiculous that somebody would take their time and effort. But then also, like, considering the impact that it will have on children who were to see this and they see women like being cut out and their voices being like silenced. I think that is extremely impactful in a negative way.
Yeah, going off that, like if what children were to see it, I think that's kind of one of the biggest things with breaking this kind of stereotype is what children are seeing when they're watching stuff, because that's when you're still forming your ideas of what everything's like. So if children were to see more films that have women and more diversity in these lead roles, then I think that would really help kind of break that stereotype and make it so that that's a more commonplace thing.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Claire, I don't remember. Did you get a chance to put in your input?
I did.
Alrighty. Any finishing notes? Because we're at like 9:38, so we got like 2 more minutes. So, what was another question you put on here? I'll go back to that real quick. Hold on real quick.
That might be good for now because it's supposed to be 5 to 10 minutes, right?
Oh yeah, I forgot. It is 5 to 10 minutes. Yeah.
So
Okay, so we're under time this week. Awesome. Okay, yeah. So this week is my turn to put something on the Google Doc. I'll have that in by Friday.
cool.
Okay.
Alrighty, let me